Welcome to my Bajerski YouTube channel. I've just got like 20 minutes spare. It's been great so far. Just keeping a check on everybody on the 4-day course. Congratulations everybody. Yay! I'm getting some great messages back. Thank you so much. You're loving the course. Yay! Today's the day we're going to talk about Tsesit. What is it? What is it? Tsesit. What is it? What is it? What's he talking about? Hey, let me take it off. My God, it's been a long time, but you know what? Brings back memories, especially of Ibiza. Okay, I'll show it you. Tsesit. What's that then? There you go. Look, that's a juicy piece of stone. It's a very unusual stone, actually. It's definitely an ancient talisman for many ancients. It's derived, I believe. Now, listen, if I get this wrong, don't blame me. I just know because I've worked with it. But its origins are always a little bit difficult for me. But I believe it's Africa. And I think it might be in the regions of Namibia, but I'm not sure. And you guys are gonna like pull me up on it, but I'll tell you what I know about this on a spiritual level. And it was fascinating. So like it feels like a kind of like a metal almost stone, the composite, but it's fascinating. It's blown me away for many years, a bit like Moldavite really. And it's got that kind of really mysticism, or something just is different from this than any other crystal. And I started working with this many years ago, and I had one piece for a long time till I gave it away. And I gave it away to a guy who was very much into UFOs. And the reason why, and I realized that there's something within this frequency which is, it's not the same as Moldavite, but it's of a frequency, maybe parallel. It's kind of like quite an amazing crystal. I'm just going to show you one more time. Now, on the touch of it, when you hold it, it's kind of a weird sensation, and not something that when you touch crystals you can. This is like, it's for me, whenever I touch this crystal, my ears expand or like go into this weird state. It's like I can feel all of my ear all the way around. It feels like it's becoming super heightened in hearing. And actually, you start to realize there's something in this, and it's the shift of energy. Something happens. Whatever it's kicking out, it's a very unusual frequency. Now, this is my story about Tsesit. I was in Ibiza and I was doing some amazing work. I'm saying it was amazing because of the things that happened. I was going through a separation with my second wife, and it was really weird. I ended up going to places that I never even realized were in Ibiza. And I went down to, I'm going to tell you the story. I will tell you the story. Somebody told me that there's a place very close to the Rock. Everybody knows the Rock, okay? It's like, it's stuck right next to the island, and it shouldn't be there. It's just a different colour and everything. And apparently there's 3 or 4 of these rocks all over the world. And there's a frequency that it emits, which is, there is no words. So just before I went down to this place where not many people know, but they call it Atlantis. And basically to get down is a nightmare, because it takes forever and it's tight and you're falling and you're tripping. But kids, mums, dads, parents, and a lot of alternative people go there. Just before I went down, I meditated, and above my head I was on my own, nobody was there. Above my head, I felt something come and go. And I looked up. Why would I look up? But I looked up. I'm sure I saw something. It was weird. And it was there and it was gone. It was something. So I'm thinking, was it a bird? What was it? Why am I looking up? And I had this and I was holding it at the same time as just doing some meditation. And the reason why is because I didn't know where this Atlantis was. As soon as that happened, this guy from nowhere came and spoke to me. And he said, it's down there. So then I walks a bit further and I gets to this place and all of these rocks are like in a circle and it goes into this, and then like, so imagine the rocks round and round and round and round. You could walk around these rocks or in between them, and then it comes to the center, and then there was an offering of lots of bits and pieces. Really interesting. And I think I might have even made a video talking about it, and then all of a sudden, from nowhere, at the side of this mountain, this guy pops up. And I asked him, and he said, yeah, it's down there. I went, oh, brilliant. And I now know where it is. Not knowing where it was, but I heard about it. Nobody could tell me where it was. Really strange. So it was a kept secret. So that was weird. And then I went down, and when I went down there, right, and I thought, wow, this is like weird. That's the word. Weird. It was a weird sensation. Was I happy? Not really. Was it a good feeling? It was a weird feeling. Weird. Anyway, there was a pool where the water came into, and it was like all these big, massive rocks, which you can see deliberately put there, I don't know, thousands of years ago. It was all like strange. But for some reason, I just wanted to go in there. I just felt the pull to go in there. So I took my top off. I got my, shorts. So I just went into the water. And I went like that, and I leaned back. I came back up, and as I came back up, this woman was in the water looking at me like a goddess. Where did you just come from? And she smiled. Anyway, we ended up talking. And then it was just weird. Everything was weird. And then she said, why don't you stay? Why? She says, because they're coming. And I said, who's coming? She says, oh, what the freaking hell does that mean? This is weird. And then all of a sudden these people started just appearing from everywhere. But not just, as you would say, as normal person. They were all like dreadlocks and all like big beards and gurus, and like they all end up just at the same time as I'm there. They had their drums, they had their instruments, and next thing you know, there's a like little they all come from all over the world at that one moment. So I'm in this circle and they're all like drumming and meditating and singing and chanting, and I'm like, this is just weird. I couldn't cope. My mind couldn't cope. You'd think, oh, Marky, yeah, he's spiritual. No, I couldn't cope. So I had to go. It was too much. So I went. And then the year later, I ended up in Bali seeing one guy who had a restaurant there who was at that drumming and thing, right? And I went, oh, I remember you. I said, you were at that. He said, yeah, where did you go? I said, I couldn't cope. It was too much. It was overwhelming, like going to this place where nobody knows about, and it all bled me there. And then you all end up there. He said, yeah, we only go once a year. He says, you were there at that moment that we all were. He says, we were there all night. And I said, oh, I just couldn't cope. So I end up going back the following night, not there, but at the top, and I started meditating, and I kid you not, Tsesit was on me, so was Moldavite, and lights above me, woof. It was weird. There was a few months before, I did a circle, and in that circle, that we call it a ritual, a spiritual flower ritual. So one by one, people come in and I do the cleansing, clearing, and then I say a few words, and sometimes pretty awesome stuff happens. As I got this one lady, I think, who came up, and I started doing the healing work, I put my hand out. I've got hold of the Tsesit and the Moldavite, and I'm saying some words, calling for this energy to come through, especially for this lady's issues that she's got. And I look up, and I'm smiling at everybody. Did anybody just see that? It's like Ibiza, UFOs. It's mad. It's just like mad. And people don't talk about it too much because they don't want people to know. It's a secret. And then I realized that every time that I had this on, if it was at the beach, there would be some kind of phenomena. Something just came and stayed and hovered and then went again. And I realized there's something in this crystal. There's some frequency in this crystal that enhances your thought, your feeling, and your energy, and it's picked up by the universe. And I totally believe that extraterrestrials are just like us. They have a spirit, a soul inside, but they're far more advanced. We are very limited to our growth in a spiritual manner. They are psychic, but 100%, that's who they are. We're not. We touch 1% of it. They're spiritual because they communicate, and they're far more advanced than us. I mean, we're so arrogant. We think we're the only people in the cosmos. We think we're the only ones, and how dare we think that somebody's greater than us, or been in existence longer than us? Oh yes, slap you down a little bit. You're just nothing compared to these. Nothing in the sense of the evolution. That's my humble opinion. For what I've learned and what I've sat next to, which I believed was a Nordic blonde, I honestly tell you, we know nothing. Oh, get away from me! He thinks we're nothing. Yeah, you're right. Look at what we're doing now. Look at what we're doing to ourselves. Look at the state we're in. Don't tell us we're highly evolved. We're going down, not up. Yeah, right into your bloody grave, mate. What was I talking about? Anyway, this is meant to be about Tsesit. So anyway, yeah. Wearing this crystal is awesome. What are the key features? What are the key energies? What and how does it help heal? There's so many things about this crystal that I love. It is a very powerful grounding crystal when you're working in the energy of anything like meditation, anything. It really brings a great balance, but also lifting at the same time. It's like kind of unusual saying that, but it's true. It actually elevates you. It elevates your energy to be more in tune, so you feel more. It's great as a crystal next to a Moldavite as well. It really is fabulous. Also, pink moonstone or rainbow moonstone, great for that. I'm wearing it actually at the moment. I'm wearing it with Moldavite and a piece of Silicon Valley. Sorry, it's all over the place. But yes, look, they're all there. They're here somewhere because I'm just holding it in my hand with excitement talking about this amazing crystal. There are also other things that this crystal is good for as well. But I actually think that the cleansing of negative frequency within the body, anything that you generate in a negative energy, bad thoughts, bad feelings, bad fear, all that, it really breaks that up, and it kind of knocks it out of the way. So it is a grounding crystal, but the reason why it's grounding is it brings you balance. So it's definitely a balanced crystal for sure. Yeah. I gotta say that I feel empty when I'm wearing it, because the frequency of stress, worry, all of those things tend to get blasted away, because what I feel with this is it's a constant pulse of energy when you're wearing it, and you can feel the blasting of anything which is negative in the body, anything which you self-harm with thoughts. So it's a great crystal for that. It really is. If you're wanting to do the kind of work with extraterrestrials, if you want to connect, I would suggest that this next to Moldavite would be a great combination to try on a night and just call for them, because I don't know if you know, but they can hear us. So if you're in a group and you are calling for extraterrestrials to come, there's many people around the world who have had great success. And why is it that when I'm meditating or whenever I'm doing something on a beach or in Ibiza or wherever I am in the world, if I'm outside especially, well, because if I'm inside I don't see anything, right? But when I'm outside and I'm doing the shamanic work or the healing work or a ritual, a blessing, why is it that something appears above us? Why is that? Because they can feel the energy that we create when we go into that field or that space of work. So there is something very profound about Tsesit. I could keep going on about this crystal, but I think you should go and give it a try. I don't often get it, but when I do, I really enjoy it. Yeah, great for guys who are stubborn as well. It's really a really good crystal for hard-headed men and women as well. If they're stuck in a place where this is it, that's it, it really shifts your energy, because it breaks away the frequency of low vibration. And to be honest, stubbornness is a low frequency. It's a limiter. When you're in stubbornness, you're in blinkered mode. You're in, a horse with blinkers. I don't want to see any further. This is it. And you kind of block yourself to be able to see the things around you. Tsesit certainly opens you up. So it opens the mind. Bottom line, it really does open the mind. So it's a great crystal. It really does help on a lot of issues for healing the physical as well. And it manifests some great energy. It really does. I think it's been a talisman for many thousands of years for the African so-called witch doctors, but they're real shamans, really. They're real healers and seers. And I think maybe introducing this crystal to you today is a good thing, and maybe you could look into it more. I've only got a few bits on my website. I might have 5 or 6 or 10, something like that, but not more. I did place an order many years ago. I couldn't get them, but I'm trying to this day to reorder. I'd love, but they've got to be the right pieces. They've got to come from the right place, and I want to be sure. So I never buy off just anybody. And I have been negotiating with somebody to try and get 100 pieces. Let's see. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But to this day, I love it. I think it's a great stone. And I think introducing you to this crystal might be a nice thing. Good luck. Tell me how you feel when you get it and see if it works for you. And definitely go outside and meditate. And every now and again, just look up and see how you feel. Because it's not just about seeing. It's about communicating. And that's why this crystal is also good for the psychic. It's great for the psychic and the healing and the experience as well of connecting. So you connect in so many ways. If you sleep with it, you'll astral travel, you'll feel more, you'll see more. And just give it a try anyway. So that's it, guys. Love you all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me get back to work. Have a great day.